What's happening? This is Jason Was a Gentile. I'm looking at the Bible here in Luke, and something has been on my mind that I thought would make a good preach. And it's here in Luke. It says Luke is making an account for other people so the other people will know that what they think about Jesus is true. He's straightening out what they think about it. So he's painstakingly taking efforts to make an account so people can know what was up with Jesus. So we're benefactors or beneficiaries. We're benefiting from all the effort that Luke took. So here it is. Luke, filled with wrath and rose up. These are people. People are, a crowd of people are, filled with wrath and rose up and thrust him out of the city, him being Jesus. And they led him to the brow of the hill on which their city was built. So Jesus is he's in the synagogues. People are getting upset about his message, the message of the kingdom and who he says he is. And so this crowd is getting upset about it in a synagogue. And then they kind of like pushing him to the edge of a cliff, right? And on the brow of a hill on which their city was built. So their city was built on a hill. There's a cliff that they might throw him down over the cliff. So they're trying to push him off a cliff. So think of it. I love to study Jesus's behavior because I think, there's this modern day concept called behavior modeling. They talk a lot about it, about childhood. Your parents model behavior to you, and you kind of sometimes you do what their behavior was that is modeled to you, unbeknownst to yourself. You don't realize why you do what you do, and you do it because your parents did it. So what behavior does Jesus model? I mean, think about this. There's like a mob of people, and they're really angry, and they're violent, and they're mad at him, and just him, and they got him, and they're trying to push him off a cliff. What are the many, many different types of reactions that Jesus could have? He could get violent. He could start pushing him around. He could start a fight. I mean, I believe that Jesus is who he said he was, right? So Jesus could have done anything. He could have gone, and the crowd just clears, right? He has the power to do anything, right? He has the power to rise from the grave, right? He has the power to heal the blind. He has the power, if you got scales and like scabs and stuff all over your body, he has the power to make it clean. If you can't see, he has the power to take away your blindness. He has the power to do anything. What does he choose to do? He chooses to pass through the midst of them and just go on his way. He just passes through them and goes on his way. So, okay, not only is he not a violent person, right? He's extremely confident. He just passes through a mob and goes on his way. This is the behavior that Jesus models. And it is so different than what we've seen in the last few years when there's mobs and there's upset people. And so I think that that's like something that we should really take note of. We should take note of how he stays on mission. What is his mission? His mission is preaching the kingdom. His mission is, at this point, putting together a group of disciples, and then sending them out into the world so they can preach what he's preaching. So let's think about the behavior that Jesus models, and let's see how the behavior that he modeled here. He just moved through the crowd, and he was very confident. He didn't respond with violence. If you think this preach is worth listening to, share it.